All the fighting and arguing is not advancing us.
It will not.
It is not the way we're going to strengthen our country. We will strengthen our country when we come together. And look, you've got Rand Paul, you've got Ted Cruz, you've got Marco, you got a lot of people on this stage that have studied these issues. You know what a leader does? A leader has a sound program, has a good policy, and then brings people together to solve problems.
People on Twitter were mocking the hand motions, but our own Dana Pirino had a different reaction to John Kasich. Here she is.
I thought that was his best moment of any debate, and it answered a question that in the Luntz focus group, one of the young woman who says that she would like to vote for Christie if she gets a chance. One of the things she said was, "I hate all the fighting." And you know, and obviously a debate is not meant to be like everybody hold hands and sing Kumbaya.
But Cruz and Trump thought so.
Well, that was an interesting thing, but they were smart, right? That was strategic because
But CNN, the voters at home don't like it.
Especially women. And this was a point that I've been trying to make. Remember that Mitt Romney won women by 12 points, and he still loses the election. In this upcoming election, women will be an important part of it. Single women will make up 25% of the electorate, like the young woman that was in the Luntz focus group. She doesn't like the fighting, and so I think that anybody who can, somebody like Kasich who can say, wait a second, let's focus on the bigger issue and the policies. I thought that was a great moment for him.
Speaking of women, what did you make of Carly Fiorina's reference to her gender and the line about, you know, we know what they say about if you want something said, go for a man. If you want something done, go for you know, I'm paraphrasing, but
yes. So she wanted to use that Margaret Thatcher quote, and it's a great quote. I mean, we all love it. It's really great. The thing is, when it's forced, it doesn't sound as good. Now that said, there are people. If you saw in the Luntz focus group, they raised their hand. They're thinking she's strong, she's presidential. But here's my point about this debate. It almost felt like watching the first of all 5 debates all combined into one. I don't really think that we learned a lot new. And if you liked your candidate at the beginning of the night, you can keep your candidate for another 8 weeks because I don't think anyone's going anywhere.
The moderators were not a factor for evil, which is good. Nope. I thought they did a solid job. What do you think about Jeb Bush? Because he was fiery tonight for him.
Again, talking to some people that thought that he did well, but not well enough. And I saw Brit Hume kind of saying the same thing, like they're waiting for this big, powerful moment, and I don't know if it's going to be the year. However, I think that all of these candidates, including Jeb, can look at their individual vote counts. If you see Mike Huckabee in the undercard debate, talked a lot about the military and rebuilding the military. If you look at all of these things, you can see a little tell that they know that they have some sort of a hook with a certain part of the electorate, whether it be in Iowa or New Hampshire or South Carolina. They all have a way that they think that they can get to the nomination through those early states.
And Ian, Lindsey Graham making headlines. We don't have time for the soundbite, but making a lot of headlines in that undercard debate, apologizing to Muslims for Donald Trump and what he said.
Lindsey Graham was as entertaining as in the undercard debate as Trump has been in the main stage, and it would be fun to see them on stage together.
Wouldn't it? But it's never going to happen. Great to see you, Dana Pirino. We will be right back.